Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys, to another live session. It is the live session number 25, and thanks for everybody for joining in. I'm a bit sick today, so I wasn't really planning that this topic will be taken up so soon because the point was that some of the deadlines have already started, and for summer semester especially, people want to actually not get so late, and that's the reason why you should be actually being able to completely focus on whatever your goals is, whether it's applying for masters or if you're coming for bachelors, whatsoever it is. So that is why I thought, all right, let me take it a bit sooner because otherwise I wanted to do the CV review today, like everybody knew in the poll section. Um, all right then, we will start soon. Let everybody join in and hi everybody, Vikas, one in million, Satyaki Chatterjee. I never heard connecting this much to common Indians for higher studies. Whatever you are doing national duty, and that too better than many political leaders. You're awesome. Well, thanks, man. I mean, to be honest, you don't really need to be in a political position to do something good. Or, like, the thing is, like, yes, everybody thinks that you can only help the country by actually being there and actually trying to make things better. But I don't think that is going to be the easy way out, or it is going to be the short term solution for our country. Definitely not. There are a lot of things to be changed. So rather, it's better just, go abroad, learn some things, bring back the culture to India, and actually teach people something. So I think, like, yeah, moving abroad or like going abroad for some time at least, it is really important. It teaches you a lot of things. So this is pretty much my motivation why I am bothering you every single time to like actually move abroad, go to some different country and start learning things there. And in this session, we are going to go in absolute detail, and it is going to be a longer session. We are not going to stop at 1 hour. We are going to see how long it will take to complete all of these topics, and then afterwards, I'm really excited for this. The course is like finally almost complete, and 85 students have already enrolled in it. And today I'm going to give a special offer for the next 12 hours or something forever for whatever students who want to actually take their first steps, whoever is serious about studying here. So stay till the end, and I'm going to then start slowly and slowly. All the questions and everything I will be taking up in the end. Sanket, thanks a lot for your super chat. Tripti Katra, much needed topic. Alright, so guys, before starting, let me know which cities are you joining in from. Like, that is something I'm always very interested about, so why not ask that question over and over again? Because it's like, you're in your living room, but you're able to connect with so many people all over India, so definitely really curious about it. Alright, so we have already some of the comments coming up. Bangalore, Kolkata, Nadeem is from Srinagar, Midat, Harpreet from Amritsar, Devarsh, Valsad, Neil Das from Munich, Pune, Kurukshetra, we have somebody from Kurukshetra, Frank, Tripti, Vikas from Ghaziabad, Sani Saab from Kurukshetra, Haryana. Okay, we have Dion C. Matthews from Kerala, Deep Thumar from Rajkot. Crazy. So like we have people spread all over. Really nice, really nice to know everybody. Welcome. Today I don't know, my tongue is stumbling. I'm unable to speak words properly, but hopefully this live session is going to be really nice. I can show you guys everything in detail so that you can do things on your own. But if somebody would be interested to join me on the private Facebook group for the enrolled students, you would be able to do that too. Alright then, with this, just let's start the live session here. So for everybody, not everybody, for anybody who is new, my name is Bharat Chaudhary and I'm doing my Masters in International Management and Engineering from Technical University of Hamburg. It's been a year now, and I'm in my third semester right now, almost finished. Then master thesis starts soon. Um, exactly. So today's topic is going to be the application procedure for masters, and I'll also give you the demo of my course, which is the complete guide to studying in Germany, how the course is, to what people it is targeted at, and do you need that course at all, or can you do things on your own. So like all of those queries and questions which I get on my email, I will be answering in this live session today. So again, the topics of the session are going to be, first of all, like why exactly I started up with this session right now, or like with this topic today. So some kind of announcement, what is going on, how the current trends are looking like in Germany. Then what is the workflow of how you have the procedure, then you have the workflow, like how exactly you can apply to universities. I'll show you that. Then afterwards, about my online course, which I created for students who want to apply to German universities for bachelor's, for master's, for PhD, for studying. And then afterwards comes your Ask Your Questions, or AYQ. I don't know if we can come up with a fancy name for this, but Ask Your Questions is going to be the last part then. And I've always created these like small, this flow diagram here downstairs. It's on my every single slide. So announcement, procedure, workflow, the course, AYQ. This just helps you stay more in touch about what part we are at right now and what part are you most interested to watch, so that you can start taking notes down at that point. Alright, so like first of all, these are some pretty important announcements, because I have been getting to hear this from the not the professors, the PhD candidates that I have who are in the part of admission, who select candidates and things like that. They have been telling me that, and other students who are applying right now, they too. So for all of that, first of all, yes, the application phase is starting right now. Some universities are having 15th January as their application deadline for the summer semester. Other one for winter semester, it could be 1st March or something in that area, but I will be telling you all of that too. But the main thing is, because the application phase is starting, you shouldn't be missing out on things, because the competition is getting higher. It is getting way more insane for every single seat in Germany. There's much more fight these days than it used to be before. So it is really important that you actually, just see where your profile lies, what kind of universities you want to apply to, and so on, that you organize yourself a bit better already, because that is extremely important. If you don't organize yourself, afterwards you might be failing to get some different kind of documents, that maybe your SOP is missing, maybe your LOR is missing, maybe the SOP you write is completely shit and nobody wants to read it. So this is extremely important that you organize yourself, because the competition is getting really high and the demand for specific fields of mechanical and computer science is increasing. And that has also been very clear by the market trends these days, and also the collaboration that I would soon be doing with the German government. It's the Ministry of Economics, about the digital trends in the market. Most of it is still focused towards computer science and mechanical. So again, there is going to be more demand for that in the future. So anybody who is in that field should definitely, absolutely look forward to choosing Germany as one of the study destinations in Europe, at least. Now again, like before you're applying for any kind of course, it is extremely important that you at least prepare 4 to 18 months in advance. So why am I saying 4 months? So 4 months is something like, maybe you want to apply in the winter semester. That means 15 July generally is the last date. So you minus 4 months, you have around Feb. So if you start even in January, it is going to be normal for you to just go through all the processes and actually end up sending the application to the university. Or there could be another thing. The another thing could be, for example, you realize that, hey, my marks are really bad. My marks are below 65% or below 70% in some cases, and I cannot get an English taught course. Now, so what are you going to do there? You are actually going to learn German. And how much can German take? How much can German learning take? It can go anywhere from 12 months to even 16 months. It could be way longer than that. So it is extremely important that you get serious about it already. Whoever is interested in applying for masters, at least see where you stand and what kind of documents, what kind of strategy you need to use to actually get an admit here, because on English taught courses the competition is getting higher. And yeah, again, it's not necessarily a good thing, but this is what the trend is. And because the trend is there, now you have to mitigate around that situation. So again, more details are going to be towards the end of the video, like how exactly you can organize yourself with the help of the course or on your own, whatever it happens now. Bharat, why do you it's like, the thing is, next time let's have a moderator on the live stream. I know many of you are having your exams too, but I just have to be careful about what kind of chats are popping up here. Again, so for the appointments, people are asking again. Some were sending me emails and some were writing. So whoever wants to book an appointment personally or something, they can do it on my website. It's pretty easy. The link is in the description. With that, let's start with the application process. The application process is actually simple, but you can make some mistakes, in the sense that if you miss even one step, it is going to be extremely difficult for you to come to the next one without any kind of problems. Now, the first I think the easiest question somebody can ask themselves is, okay, for example, I want to study abroad. What should I do? I have this and this grade. I have this and this internship or work experience, or, whatever research papers I wrote and so on. Will I be able to get an admit in Germany? No? So I think that is the first question that comes to anybody's mind, and I completely understand that. But for that, you actually have to do some kind of profile evaluation first. Profile evaluation video I have done before. No? So there are also links to the data that I've already collected from different kind of students. So that is their profile evaluation. For example, profile evaluation is simple. If you have more than 75% of the marks, it is going to be easy for you to get into any kind of German universities, especially in TUs or Fachhochschule. So at this time, you can feel free to write your CGPA in the chat or the super chat whatsoever, so that I can get an idea of how your profiles are, and accordingly, we can also move forward. In general, if you have more than 75% grade, it is extremely nice. You can definitely get an admit in most of the universities. If you have less than 65%, then it becomes really difficult. So 65 to 75% is a bit of a gray zone. You don't really know if you would get an admit in an English taught program or not. So we have profiles popping up. Shubham Patra 7.99, Subhav Goyal 7.63, Shri Hari is 62%, Neil Das 8.4, Fruitful Journey 7.2, Balkrishna AM 8.34, 7.01, 3.24. Alright, so that's interesting. So we have some really academically well students too, with above 8th grade, and then we have on the other spectrum some who are having around 7 or below 7. So here's the thing, as long as you are having a grade point of above 7.5 or above 7.6, you still have chances to get an admit in a good university. Otherwise, it is just difficult, and I would rather suggest you to actually go to German taught programs because that is easier. Even with below 65%, it is possible. It is absolutely possible that you come to some international programs which are English taught. But like, you just have to spend more time in finding that course out and finding that one course out which is going to actually, which is first of all not very well known. That means not many people know about it, and that's why the competition is less. And then the next thing is that you just have to see what kind of place you want to study. So maybe it is a private university and you want to study there, but you have to pay the tuition fee. On the other hand, you can apply to a public university in a smaller city and then you don't pay any tuition fee. So like, that is what the difference is. So now you have, after profile evaluation, you start finding the courses. So how do you find the course? You do it with DAAD. I'm going to show that, all of that in my workflow. I was just checking my internet speed, how bad it is. Anyways, so that, all of that you're going to do in DAAD, and all of that I will show you in this part of the presentation, which is the workflow here. So then you find the courses. First, all right, this is my profile, this is my grade, this is the internships I did, this is the research paper, and so on. Then afterwards, I find the courses. Now I'll see what kind of universities are good, what kind of universities are bad, and so on. Then afterwards, I come towards shortlisting the universities. So I will see what kind of universities I want to study in. Now, then you organize the universities. Then comes the part of preparation of documents. And do not worry, I'm going to show you all of these parts one by one. The preparation of documents is nothing but you have your transcripts, and then you have your CV, you have your LOR, you have your SOP, and then you have your IELTS. That's pretty much where everything ends. Now, afterwards, you have the simplest step of them all, and which is applying. Applying is by far the easiest thing you can do. Some universities take their application through UniAssist. Now, if you want to see what kind of universities take their application through UniAssist, UniAssist has a list of those universities on their website. You just go to UniAssist website, you go to the list of universities, and then it is going to show you all kinds of universities which take their application via UniAssist. Now, UniAssist follows a simple pattern, which is 75 euros in the starting of the application, and then 30 euros for every second university or every next university you want to apply to. Then comes the part, once you have applied, you wait, you receive admits. Now, either you receive admits from the universities, or what you're going to do is you're going to get rejections, in which case you have to apply for reconsideration, because that is by far one of the easiest way to secure a place, because then you get special attention to whatever case you have, and also for any kind of, how do I say, if there has been some kind of abnormalities in your application process, or maybe somebody didn't understand the document that well. So all of those things can be taken when you receive a rejection, and you apply for a reconsideration letter. Now, so like, this is the general guideline. You start from here and you go till the end, and all of that is going to take around 4 to 12 months, and that is why you should just at least start preparing in advance. That is extremely important. Somebody who is applying for 2020 can feel free to start getting serious about this whole thing right away, because the longer you wait, the harder it is going to be for you. So now I'm going to show you the workflow, how exactly you can, just apply to a university. And the most important part is this, because somebody who is from mechanical, especially mechanical and especially CSE, there are a lot of courses online. So you can just go to DAAD, you can check what kind of courses are there and what exact courses interest you, right? So after doing that, you can just start slowly shortlisting the universities, because course is always the priority. First comes course, and then afterwards all of your other things start happening. What kind of city you want to study in, what kind of university you want to study in, and so on. So just the short question here, Tejeshwara Tiwari is asking, CG 5 7 CGPA, 5 internships, 1 research paper, does CGPA matter? Yes, Tejeshwara, CGPA does matter, but with 5 internships I can still like make it an equivalent CGPA of around 7.6 or 7.7. So you'll just have to try your luck and see where things go. But I would definitely tell you, if you organize yourself better, if you see what kind of exact universities you want to apply to, then it might work out. Nah? So from this, I was just saying like workflow, that is going to be the next part of the presentation. What exactly you do, how exactly do you shortlist courses, how exactly do you select the universities, all of that is going to come in this part. So pay attention, take notes, whatever you want to do, because that is extremely important. And most of the consultants who are badgering you in India, or who are claiming to be the experts in their field, have no idea at all about how you actually go about this process. Also the same thing, I think one of the most important things that I can tell about the SOP and LOR and all of those things is that it's funny, I find it really funny that anybody who is staying in India, they think that they know how the system is here, that they know how things work here. They don't. They have never studied in a German university. They do not know how the professors think here. They do not know what exact things they want you to, I don't know, outline in the SOP, or what kind of things they want the professor of your professor to recommend. So those things are really important. So anybody who is thinking of taking the easy way out and going to a consultant and just, paying him to do everything on his own, that is going to be a really bad decision and something you might regret in the future, because your application process is as customizable as, I don't know, as ordering a Ferrari. Because to be honest, if you're taking such an important decision in your life, it is really important that you actually figure out what kind of exact course you want to study, what kind of exact university you want to study in. And this is the reason you should really take it serious. You should do this part. You should do the selection of universities and the figuring out of courses part on your own. Manjush Bamkar is asking, make a video on VPD. So Manjush, VPD is a really simple thing, man. Like, how many times people have to make any content about this? Come to the group. We have already made some posts regarding VPD, how you pay for the uni assist, what exactly it is, what kind of documents does it look like. So if you're applying for a VPD, you take that VPD and you upload it to the university's portal, or if you have to send it in a hard copy, you take the VPD, you take other documents, and you have to send it to the university. I'm going to explain all of that. Don't worry, we will do that in the ask your question section. So workflow, this is exactly how I will go about finding a course and actually applying to that course. And that is going to be this part of the video, like I said a few times already. This picture is actually the program comparison, because many students don't know about it. This is a new feature which came on the DAAD's website, in which you can just put 3 courses right next to each other, and you can just go in detail about what kind of things they are offering, what kind of requirements does each program has, and what exactly and what exactly you have to figure out to be able to apply to this course. So with that in mind, let me go to the DAAD website, because that is going to be the first step. Like I showed you previously, you go from your profile evaluation here. So first of all, you figure out what kind of profile you have, then you see what kind of courses you need to find, or like what kind of courses you would like to apply to, or what kind of courses are actually available at all in Germany, right? So we are going to do the second step here. The second step is going to be just going to DAAD. So once you type www.daad.de, .de, you come to the international programs part, you click here, and then afterwards this search portal will open up. And because the requirement or the demand of mechanical and computer science engineers is so much in Germany, I'm going to do that for masters in mechanical engineering. I'll go to the engineering part, put search. It's really simple. Nah. Then afterwards, the thing is, like, figuring out courses isn't like the difficult part. The difficult part is to be actually able to understand which course fits you. Nah. So for example, mechanical engineering, we do that. And right now you start seeing all of these different courses which are available. Now, if you also want to see if you would like to study in the winter semester starts on 1st October. No, not even 1st October. It starts around like 19th October. So like in the last middle of the October, but you have the application deadline still 15 July. For summer semester, you have the application deadline still 15th January. So like these are important things. So for example, let me just see for winter semester, because maybe some of you are getting late, maybe some of you are in 7th semester or something and you want to apply after your master's is done. And it is really important, that's why, that you already start figuring out what courses you would like to apply to, what universities you want to go to. So, for example, I like this course here, Technical Hochschule Lübeck. It is a mechanical engineering course. So you can do mechanical engineering, you can go for computational science. Now, computational science, you have different kind of courses popping up. You have in Munich, you have in Freiburg, you have in Wuppertal, you have in Leibniz, and so on. And all of these you can find directly here. So like that is really, really easy. Now afterwards, for example, computational, you have automotive. If you look at automotive, there aren't many in the German taught program, in the English taught program. So in English taught, you have Esslingen, you have RWTH, you have Esslingen again, you have this isn't really automotive, but it's still funnily in a funny manner showing up on this results. Mechanical engineering here, blah blah. Now, and here's the fun part, and here's something that every single one of you should understand, is that even if you're applying for a master's in mechanical engineering, you have the option to specialize in some of the main subjects that you have in your master's. But most of the times it isn't going to be, that if you're just doing your master's in mechanical, that's pretty much it. That's really broad and you cannot specialize in any of the fields. That is not true. When you come here in Germany and you start studying in your master's, along with the 120 credits that you need for your master's, you can take extra 30 credits too, in which you can do any kind of specialization from whatever programs which are offered in the university, which is really nice. So don't get too concerned that if you cannot get inside a automotive engineering course, you can still do some other course. You can still do some other masters, take modules or subjects from the automotive engineering and pile up those extra 30 ECTS so that you can show to the companies when you're applying to any kind of, job or vacancy or anything like that. So we found out for Technical Hochschule Lübeck, okay, this is the course. I will start reading then. Okay, this is for 3 semesters. It starts in winter and summer. When are the deadlines? For non-EU applicants, the deadline is already gone for summer semester. But for the winter semester too, it is going to start up again. And it is extremely important that you organize yourself already, that you figure out what steps you have to take, how exactly you have to follow through. Program comprises of 90 ECTS. That means it might not be as useful for you if you want to do a PhD, because to do PhD you need a total of 300 ECTS. So if you don't have bachelor's plus your master's 300 ECTS, it is not going to be something which is going to make your way to your PhD a bit easier. So like it is extremely important to know. So afterwards, you see the cost and funding. You can do all of that here, but I would rather suggest that you actually go to the course website and you start figuring out the rest of the information there. What exactly are the requirements? So the requirements is written that European applicants may apply with an unfinished degree if they have completed at least blah blah blah. So with 100 ACTS you can apply. So alright, interesting. Now, but I'm going to look for some other course maybe and see what kind of requirements they have and what kind of application documents they need. So now, alright, let's go for Kaiserslautern. And let's go to the courses website. And here you are going to figure out exactly where you have your application and admission. So applicants must hold a bachelor's degree, 7 semesters or 210 ECTS. So that's interesting. Applicants with a degree of 180 ECTS will require additional courses credits in a total of this. So like these are all really important, nice things, and you can just like take a look at them. Alright, but now I want to like go into a bit more detail. Here you see the application. The application procedure for this program features an online registration and subsequent sending of papers. Details are explained in the procedure. So this is, like I said, like nobody knows everything. You have to do the work on your own. You have to see what kind of courses you want to apply to. And then afterwards, once you know what kind of courses you want to apply to, you just directly apply to them. All of the information is right here. You go for the online registration. And once you have gone to the online registration, you have outside Germany here, blah, blah. So for University of Kaiserslautern has authorized UniSS to pre-check the credentials. So you go to UniSS website now, then you will start the entire process. First of all, you are going to register yourself. Let me put it in English so that you can understand. So you have how to apply, blah blah. We can go to how to apply, get information, or if this doesn't show anything, then you can just directly go to UniSS registration, and then you directly land on the page where you can apply for UniSS. Then you just fill out the basic details and then you register with us. And then afterwards, all you have to do is you have to upload some documents. You have to fill out basic information, and it is all basic. Everybody's making a drama about VPD and UniSS. It is not a huge thing. It is an easy thing. If you're an educated person, if you did bachelor's on your own, well, you would be able to fill out another form. That isn't going to be extremely difficult for you. Now, let's go back to this page. Alright, so we have found out the courses till now. You have this DAAD website, you have all of the different courses which are listing up. Now afterwards, I want to see what kind of university I want to apply to. So here I have a really simple thing. Okay, so here Satyaki Chatterjee is asking a question. Is sending out extra but relevant documents dangerous? Advantageous? No, I think it is definitely dangerous but not advantageous, because they wouldn't really take care of it. They have their set boxes where they would put exact different kind of videos. Not what videos, man. I saw this comment and that's why my mind completely went away. Yeah, so they have different kind of boxes. Here goes your transcript, here goes the applicant's transcript, here goes the SOP, LOR, CV, and then they're done with that. So if you're sending any kind of extra documents, it isn't going to help you. So you have the courses part done, then afterwards you come to the shortlisting universities, and here it's a very simple thing. If you want to not study too much, if you don't want to study in huge number of groups, so for example, if you're not comfortable in studying in a class with 300 people or something, then it is better for you that you go for a Fachhochschule. And because in Fachhochschule the groups are smaller, the professors are more involved with you with whatever kind of things you're doing. And also it is easier for you to actually get a job afterwards, because whatever they are teaching you in the Fachhochschule, it is very related to what you're going to do in the field afterwards. In TU, it's a bit different. In TU, the thing is that they just prepare you more or less for the PhD. So you have to write more assignments, you have to write more research papers, more projects and things like that. And it can get a bit lengthy. So in TU, you always have that disadvantage almost, that you wouldn't be able to enjoy as much as you can in a Fachhochschule. But again, if you look at the other side, the benefits could be way more of studying in a TU or in a normal university. Another criteria which I find really important is what kind of city is the university located in. So I would personally not like to study in a university which is in a village somewhere which I have no idea about, where there are no kind of job opportunities or no opportunities for me to connect and network with different companies. So this is again something which is opinion. Some people might not want to shortlist the universities at all on the basis of what I've told you, but it really depends. So my first priority is always TU versus Fachhochschule, where I want to study. Second priority is which city I want to study. And then third priority is if it is paid or not. Do not, and I repeat it again, do not give up a good course just because it is paid. If you go to US or somewhere else, you will be paying way more money. Then why are you being such a miser if you want to study in Germany? Tuition fee is going to get implemented sooner or later in Germany. Like, that's for sure. They are not going to handle the load of so many immigrants coming here and studying for free, because the politics is changing. Things are changing slowly and slowly. So I don't think it is going to be like viable in the long term. So if you like a course, I would definitely encourage you to actually just study there. It doesn't matter if you are, paying for that or not. Like, of course, if you're not paying for that, it's nice. Everybody wants free things. But in general, like, even if you have to pay for it, but you really like the course, go forward with that. Especially for students who are from mechanical engineering and from CSE. For them, it's a really wonderful opportunity to actually come into a country where they can build their career afterwards. Now, again, we were at shortlisting universities. Like I said, organizing universities is nothing but you make an Excel sheet. You write, all right. So, for example, let me put the comparison part here. Now, so we were at mechanical engineering. And, for example, I want to compare this one, and this is masters in mechanical. All right. So, maybe I want to compare these three courses. Now, how will I go about that? First one is Technical University of Lübeck. Then the second one is Rheinwald. And the third one is Kaiserslautern. Then I will see what kind of academic requirements they have. 210 ECTS, blah, blah. They also want 210 ECTS at least. A German grade of 2.5 or better. German grade of 2.5 or better. Here they have 210 ECTS, but there is no such requirement of 2.5 or better. Here they even give you an opportunity that if you have just 180 ECTS, they can even let you do the other 30 ECTS afterwards, which is extremely nice. Now, teaching language, English, which is also really nice. Then courses are held in 100% English, entirely in English. Many of the modules are in English, some are in German. Now, so here's the thing, like, here's the very important thing. For example, like I said, you have to be able to build that Excel sheet where you write what kind of requirements every university has. So here in the columns, you have the university's name. Now, and here you can have your documents, or you can do the other way. Here on the rows, you can have the university's name. In the columns, you can have the documents. So you have, for example, University of Kaiserslautern, Lübeck, and Aachen. Do I need a transcript for all of these three? Tick, tick, tick. Yes, I need for all three. Do I need a LOR for all of those three? No, maybe I need for the first two. I don't need for this one. This really helps you to maintain what number of documents you need to prepare and what kind of documents you need to send to different kind of universities. So it is a very important stage for you to be able to, just have the entire scenario of application at one glance. So this is the organizing universities part. This is one of the most important steps. Do not mess this up, really, because it's just painful afterwards when you just mess up the documents. Now you see here for 1st December is for the following summer semester, and this is Kaiserlautern. And for the winter semester, it's already ending at 31st May. So that is why I'm telling you, like, just prepare yourself, organize yourself better, because you never know when the deadline just runs out. So for the following winter semester, here you have different kind of deadlines again. 1st April till 1st June, that is 31st May, almost 1st June, and here you have 15 July. Then you have the different tuition fee, and don't even worry about it, really. Like, first go for the course is the king, like, absolutely. There's nothing to argue there. If you like a course, man, you will hate yourself for going to a course which you didn't really like, which you didn't really enjoy, or didn't enjoy already in your bachelor's, and you took the same course or the same specialization in your master's too, and you hate that course. After 10 years, after 5-10 years, it is not going to land you anywhere, because you wouldn't be passionate about it, that you wouldn't want to study the courses and things like that. You wouldn't actually do something to make yourself better in that field. So this is really important, that you figure out what exact course you want to study, and then it doesn't matter if it's paid or not, you just directly go for the course. University comes second. First comes course, then comes the university. And if I have to complete this hierarchy, I would rather put on the top, right on the top comes the individual. So if you are somebody who is proactive in whatever you are doing, you might be studying in a really bad university, in a really bad course, you might still be able to get somewhere. But if you're studying in a shit university and you don't want to do anything on your own, then of course you cannot go anywhere anyways. So that is important. Then they mention some kind of these buddy program and blah blah. But the most important things is you go to the courses websites and you see what exact kind of documents you need. And that you can do exactly very easily here. This was Kaiserlautern, so we went to their websites and we went to UniAssist. In UniAssist, again, you have to upload your LOR, your SOP, and so on, and then you're just done with your application. Now, if you have to do the same thing for TUHH. Now, first of all, very important, they actually dropped this H part. There was Hamburg. Harburg is like the district of Hamburg, and they dropped that part. Now the university's name is just Technical University of Hamburg. Now here you go to the admission requirements. They will tell you what kind of requirements you have. You will have to see the specific requirements too. So for MEM, they want you to have in your bachelor's 24 ECTS in mathematics. So now it isn't really exactly the ECTS. So maybe because nobody has 6 courses of maths in their bachelor's, right? So maybe linear algebra you also did in some other courses, not in maths. Maybe you did it in physics, maybe you did it in theory of structures, any of that. So you can also put those points inside here. Then comes mechanics. You must have studied 24 in mechanics. Then fundamental of mechanical engineering, you must have studied 54 here. And then you would be asked to fill out a form where you have one side your own syllabus, other side is the TUHH syllabus, and then you can just fill it out, send it to the university, and then they are going to analyze it and tell you if you actually got an admit or you got a rejection. For document preparation, I have uploaded some live sessions already, so that is really important that you can just check them out and see if there's something which interests you. CV review I also want to do soon. So that is something you can also look out for. And somebody who wants to send it for review, you can put an order on my website, and like that I can take care of it. Alright, so we have the workflow explained, and now comes the part of the course which I want to share with you. So the online course which I have been mentioning in the previous live sessions but haven't really gotten the time to actually talk about it, is the complete guide to studying in Germany. So whatever I'm teaching you in the live sessions, whatever kind of live sessions I'm taking, whatever videos I'm making, all of that summarizes to this one course. So like if you have this course, there's absolutely nowhere else where you will have to go. Now, and I'll also tell you just the details of it. So what kind of things does it contain? So you have the self-profile evaluation, you have those links where you can just, evaluate yourself with the complete data which is provided to you. How you can shortlist the universities, how you can find the right courses, how you can, write your SOP, LOR, and CV. And all of these are guided self-preparations. That means if you have any kind of questions, if you want some inputs or something, I am going to be there to actually tell you, you can do this better or you can do that better. 85 students are already enrolled, so you already know, and you can check the students list here. So what kind of progress different students have had till now. So again, we were at guided self-preparation. You have all of the application procedures directly to university or through Uni Assist or with VPD. So you have these three admission processes, and you can find information in detail regarding all of those three things in the online course. Then you have preparing documents for the visa process, what documents you need, how you can prepare them, where you can find them, and so on. Blocked account and health insurance. Then you have the accommodation search, because that is also extremely important. Then you have the post-arrival processes, things you will have to do after you reach Germany, right? And then how you can find a part-time job. I think because this is like one of the most important things to sustain yourself. If you aren't able to find a part-time job and you're studying here, it might really become a bit burdensome for you, because everybody's doing things. I just find it funny when people are traveling around, they're doing so many things, but others cannot because they haven't been able to just find a job. And if they don't find a job, they cannot really do anything which the others are doing right now. You don't really want to ask your parents for money all the time. So there's also information about how you can find a part-time job and how you can find internship during your masters in Germany, then how you organize your studies here. So the German universities exam patterns, preparation tips, and so on, and the immigration rules. So what is the visa? How do the visa extensions work? What is the permanent residency and citizenship, and so on. You also learn how to organize your studies in Germany, how to prepare for semester examinations, how to learn German on the side while studying, effective ways to take notes in the lectures, and it is a lot of really important things which you can take a look at. And it is also, just aimed at bachelor's, master's, and PhD. But a huge part of it is for master's. 85 students are enrolled, like I said. And you can check out the reviews, what others have been telling about this course. You have the students list, and then you have the curriculum. So the first is going to be the introduction, where you learn more about Germany. What exactly is this place? Is it going to be a good place for you? Are you taking the right steps if you're coming here? What kind of lifestyle should you expect in Germany? Then why is Germany the best countries to study in? Now, how much salary? Because that is also an important thought with which everybody is thinking about all the time. Then income tax and social contributions. Then what is the scope of bachelor's, master's, and PhD in Germany? And what are the right reasons of coming here? So once you have all of these lessons, then in the end there's always a quiz which you can take. Now then you have all of these information for bachelor's. You have a complete plethora of lessons for masters. You have for PhD. Then you have the visa process. Then the after arrival processes. Then you have how to find jobs in Germany. Then you have organizing your studies and so on. The blue card, helpful platforms, like some kind of other resources that you can look for. when you're applying. Then you have the FAQs too. So like whatever kind of questions you have most of the times while applying, you might find one of the answers in this one. And then the next live session, so for example, the next live session I'm having right now is on 16th 12th, so this Sunday at 9 a.m. CET, so Central European Time. The first lesson, like I said, is for free. You can take a look at it, you can preview it, you can go through all of the data, what kind of things I'm saying here, what kind of things are important. Then you have the videos. In every single lesson you have a video, and you have the text which you can read, and sometimes you also have these downloadable things, so you can just download it and you can keep it with you, or like you can share it with somebody else if you want. So reasons to come to Germany, blah blah. So like it is a really interesting course. I put a lot of time and effort inside it. And for anybody who wants to buy this course afterwards, I'm going to give a coupon code so that you don't have to pay the 150 euros, which is the actual value of the course. You can pay something way less and actually, just get access to this course. Because here's the funny part, and I mean, I'm going to tell you, like you might think that yes, I'm trying to sell you something, and that is true. But also the truth is that you would be spending way more money, like giving your stuff and documents and privacy to a consultant, and who might fuck things up, because we have these horror stories in our Facebook group where people are saying that, hey, we hired this consultant and he gave us a fake admit from somebody. So rather invest a lot less money in the course and do things by your own. I will be supervising the students who are enrolled in this course once in every 14 days. So we have a good communication there. If anybody has any kind of questions, if they're struggling through their application processes, I'm personally supervising them in our private Facebook group. So our Facebook group is also here. Once you're enrolled in the course and stuff, you can come to the Facebook group, which is the Big Academy. And this is an exclusive Facebook group for the students who are enrolled. And there we have the live sessions and stuff like that. We have the videos for stuff. So yeah, so these are the live videos which are going on previously. You will have access to all of that here. But because yes, I understand that I'm launching the course right now, and some of you want to already prepare yourself. So for the next 12 hours, you will get a coupon code which is going to give you 40% off. And this is like really absolutely because the deadlines are reaching up, and most of the students who want to prepare themselves. Alright, so people are saying 150 euros is really costly. Yes, it is costly, but that is the actual value of the course, and that is the time I invested inside. And you will be getting access to the live streams, which are going to be exclusive every 2 weeks. So that is the thing. For the students who apply within the next 12 hours for this course, you will get a 40% discounts on the 150. That means you will be just able to get the course just for 90 euros, which is really, well, money saver at least. The coupon code is BIGYT40. You can use it during checkout and you will get 40% off there. Alright, perfect. Now let's start. Let's start with the questions. Alright, Swapnil is... Alright, we have a student already in the chat. Hi Bharat Bhai, I am from Big Academy. I want to urge all my friends here to get the course. It's just fabulous and don't need anything else. Lot of hard work from Bharat Bhai, and he helps personally as well. Well, thanks a lot, Swapnil, for your nice endorsement. Alright then, let's start with the questions. The AYQ is starting now. Yes, 150 is costly, but again, that is the value of the course. The ones who want to take it can take it. Who don't, well, I can't really do anything about it. Alright, so I'm applying for 2020. Can I still purchase this course? Actually, like I said, it is always better from 4 months till 18 or 24 months before. It is better that you already start organizing yourself. It has everything that you need. Um, exactly, and the link of the course is also in the description, like I said. Now let's start with the questions, because we still, like, we spent at least 1 hour in just like talking about the application procedure and how you can apply to different universities and stuff. Now let's go into the questions, because without it, it isn't going to be a AYQ. How does a gap in career affect admissions? So Indranil, this is a really nice question. The most important thing is, if you are having a gap in your whatever profession you have, it doesn't really matter that much in masters, but it would matter when you start doing your job afterwards. So I would say, if you have a work gap or like a year gap of at least a year, or 1.5 years, then it is still fine for masters. But you need to be able to show something, that you were doing something in that time. It could be learning English, it could be learning German, it could be just improving yourself or improving your programming skills. For example, if I was in civil engineering, I would be taking up an internship, or I would be working at somebody who is a relative or something, so that I can show these things afterwards, that yes, look, I was doing something there. If you really absolutely did not do anything for one year, it is still fine. It doesn't matter that much. So Purnendu is asking, how are you helping aspirants exactly, and are you providing university admission insights? So Purnendu, the data I have there, it's from more than 250 students, what kind of university takes what kind of students. So all of that is given in the first lesson of this master's section. So when you come to the course, you will come to the self-profile evaluation based on real data. Which universities can you get admit to? So there you have all of these important data available to you, and you can just take a look there. And most of the times, if you're asking like, how exactly am I helping? There could be sometimes some minimal doubts, or there could be doubts like, hey, I have this SOP, I'm writing this SOP, but I don't really know if this part fits in the SOP. So then in the bi-weekly live sessions that we are having, you can just ask your questions, I respond to them, and then you can just go about your own application process way better than you would have done without any kind of support. Because here's the thing, and here's the nice thing, and I'm telling you like with complete honesty, which I have always been with you guys. All of the stuff that I ever made is always useful, and if you just want to use the things on YouTube and you want to just find the information and use it for yourself, I have covered all of that. But this course actually condenses everything into one thing, so you don't have to look anywhere else. You have this course, you can use it to organize your studies, to apply to universities, and when you have questions, you have access to the private Facebook group where you can just post your queries, and you can get my feedback, get the feedback of the other moderators. Now we have another question. Purnendu is asking, okay, so Purnendu asked already. Dholaria Dhruvil is asking, is it possible? It's possible. I learned German in Germany, and after apply in German university, what is the procedure before applying to MSc? So alright, Dholaria, the thing is, you can do that, but you can only do that with a conditional admit. That means if you have an admit from a university like, what can I say? If you have a admit from a university like TU Clausthal, or you have an admit from a university like, what else gives? University of Duisburg-Essen. This university also gives you conditional admit. If you have a conditional admit, you can come for a student preparation visa. You can study your language here for a few months. It's generally, 6 months till 8 months. Then you can write the test staff, or you can write the B2 Goethe exam, whatsoever it is. And then afterwards, you can apply to your masters. That is going to be the way if you want to learn German in Germany. All right. We have another question from Tala Khan. If LOR from employer is acceptable, then what points should be added to make it effective for universities to be accepted? Moreover, please talk on SOP and LOM. I'm so confused. So, Tala, here's the funny part. Most of the people, yeah, they really make a fuss about the SOP, statement of purpose, and letter of motivation part, which isn't really much different. Letter of motivation is generally used for universities which are asking you to tell exactly why you want to come to this course, but in a more abstract way. So this could be something where you are just explaining your story and things like that. But in SOP, you actually have to build the story, but you also have to go in the detail. So you can use these two terms interchangeably. There are some people who get pissed. No, SOP is SOP, LOM is LOM. It doesn't make much difference when you're applying to the university. So like that is the important part. Exactly. So Dori Nguli is asking, do you really suggest forestry related courses? So again, for forestry related courses, to what exactly are you going to do? You will come to the DAAD's website, you will go to the international programs, you will go for masters maybe, then afterwards you have forestry here. It's like a complete separate field, English only. You have 51 programs available. Like, you have everything that you need here on the website, and you can definitely take advantage of that. But again, if you would like to actually, be a part of the online course, you can come. I have this community of enrolled students who can ask their questions, and I can support them in that. So you are also really welcome there. Shivankar is asking another question, which is TUHH ECTS and credits conversion. Now, a funny thing again, like I said, if you just take a look at it, I have covered everything. I have absolutely covered everything. It's showing my own live stream. I never saw how I look while doing a live stream. It looks like a really funny thumbnail, but anyways. So you have ECTS conversion, and I think my video is going to pop up at number 1 because I think I'm the only guy who covered it. So this is how easy it is. Like I'm telling you, I have actually uploaded so much content, so much useful content on YouTube, and which is actually scientific, which I actually researched and made things about. So just here it is. Just take a look there. Otherwise, if you're still really curious, I have the German grade calculator on my website. So you go to the German grade calculator, and here you can write the ECTS. So how many hours of lecture, how many hours you spent in a lecture, how many hours in self-study, number of weeks in the semester, blah, blah. So we got another super chat. Really nice. Let me open this part in students list, or rather reviews. Yeah, anyways. So Kunal Bhai Patel is asking, do we need to show funds like in USA or in any other country in sponsors bank in Indian bank account, or funds in blocked account is enough? So Kunal, funds in blocked account is enough. You don't have to show any kind of fund in the sponsors Indian bank account or something like that. That is not necessary, at least for the embassy of New Delhi. Now you don't have to show any other thing at all. But it is always advisable that, if you have some kind of bank statements from your own account or from your parents' account, that you just show them to, or at least if you don't show them, you take it with you to the visa interview. So if they ask that, show us something, show us some more funds, you can do that. 99.99% of the times they don't ask for it. Blocked account is enough. You don't need to put any kind of extra money inside. Alright, so we have more questions popping up. Sukanya Sahu is asking, can I work for about 2-3 years after my BTech program in India to make myself financially stable and then apply for MS? Sukanya, that's a really good approach. Of course, why not? I mean, you can stay in India, you can work for 2-3 years, you can gather some money, you can save it, and then afterwards you can invest that money and do a master's. That is a more, how do I say? That is a more mature and a more responsible thing to do. So that also builds up your profile if you don't have good grades. Now, if you don't have good grades, you can do your work for 2-3 years. Then the universities also take that work experience that you gained into consideration if you have some kind of bad grades. So Tripti Kalra is asking, is it late to apply for summer 2019? I have documents ready and just confused with what is authentic subject modules description. Authentic subject modules description of BE. So this is nothing but your syllabus. So do not worry that much about it. This is just your syllabus and that is what you have to show. For summer 2019, I think yes, it's a bit late already. Some universities still have the deadline till 15th January. But again, you have to find it out on the DAAD website. Like I showed you, go to the DAAD website here, put it in, and see exactly how you have to do it. Alrighty. Another question is coming in from Balakrishna AM. Where are the IT companies in Germany? So again, this was a very nice question, which I think somebody else asked previously too. And to that, I showed this. This is the DE hub, the digital hub of Germany, and here you can see which exact cities have clusters of what kind of industry. So if you were talking about IT, sorry. Yeah, so if you're looking at IT, you see, where is it? You have cybersecurity here. You have Internet of Things here. You have insurance technology. So I think IT would really be able to sustain in any of these clusters other than Hamburg and Dortmund. I wouldn't suggest that because it's like purely focused towards logistics. But in any case, if you want to do something else, fintech or like financial technology, all of these things require you to have some kind of IT. So Archana Krishnan is asking, I did bachelor's in electronics and communications, but unable to fulfill the requirements for master's since it's electricals and electronics in Germany. Please help Bharat. So Archana, this is not true for every single university, So like, even though you have done your bachelor's in electronics and communication, there are so many students who are actually studying here. And one of the most famous courses which students take every now and then, or like very often, is your Technical University of Chemnitz Embedded Systems. And you can definitely take a look at this course and what are the application requirements. So admission requirements you can see here. So you need a B2 equivalent of English proficiency. You will be getting 120 ECTS afterwards. 15 July for international students. So like all of these things you can read. A1 for regular admission and enrollment. A2 until the end of the third semester. Then you can see how you can apply. So latest resume you need 1-page cover letter explaining your motivation to take this course. So this is your statement of purpose, university degrees, official transcript of marks, and then recommendation letter from employer if you were working somewhere or if you are working somewhere. Now, so like this is really, that's how easy it is. And for TUC, you have to apply through UniAssist. That you can easily do here. So, all right, we have another question coming in. Hey, I'm targeting communication engineering at TUM. Vishwas Gowda is asking, is this a good course and which other universities are good for that course? The telecommunication and engineering masters has shifted from traditional electrical. So I think a really good competitor to this communication engineering could be the information communication and systems engineering of TU Berlin. and TUHH also has a similar course which you can take a look at. But of course, like if you want to study in TUM, it is hands down the best university where you can study in, So I wouldn't really be that concerned. If you want to apply to TUM, definitely it's all a matter of who gets selected there and who doesn't. Akhtar Junaid is asking, is Tallinn University good? From what I've heard from the Latvian students whom I've met, like of course, like they love their university, and it is also one of the only universities which actually has good collaborations with German universities overall here. So I wouldn't really be that skeptical about it. So Fernando is asking, how are you addressing big academy frequent doubts? So I think he's asking how frequently are you addressing the questions in big academy. So like I said, if there's a post of any kind, if students are asking something, I'm going to just go and I'm just going to respond to those people right away. If just a second, yeah, let me show you actually. And if there is any kind of question which can be discussed later in the live session, I do that. If there's a smaller question and I can respond it right away, then I do that. Like, so most of the times, every single day, I'm checking the course, because, well, the students enrolled in the course, it's my responsibility now to be able to take care of them. And that's exactly what it is. So most of the times, if you'll see me here in the course, so like this query just came 1 hour ago. When I was in the live session, I would be taking care of it afterwards. Then some other ones which are coming in, that is happening. Then I go live every now and then. So yes, of course, it is my course. I really take it really passionately. I'm absolutely excited about it. And whoever is inside there, I'm giving all of whatever I can to actually help them out when they're inside the course. Please tell me about Chiller language. Dolaria is asking. Alright, so Study Finder has been asking for quite a while. Study Finder, I have 2.6 GPA and I'm teaching physics and chemistry at coaching center since 5 years, and some online courses. Can I get admission in masters? Just a second. Can I get admission in masters in physics in German public university? So here's the fun part, and everybody should really understand this. For traditional science fields, it is very easy to get an admit. So if you're coming for physics, if you're coming for chemistry, if you're coming for biology, if you're coming for law, if you're coming for commerce, law isn't really a science, but well, let's start fighting about it. So for these traditional science courses or science fields, it is very easy to get admission because not many people apply for that. Most of the times in India, if you have done anything from a traditional science field, you'll just do your MTech, you'll do your PhD, and afterwards you'll be done with that. That's not really the case here. Like some of the students who are really ambitious or something, they want to apply and they want to study afterwards in some other countries. They want to gain experience. They want to have some intercultural experiences. They definitely apply to, I don't know, Germany, USA, whatsoever. And it is something I can only encourage. So like definitely apply. Like most of the universities don't even charge you anything for applying to the university. So like just do that, right? So we have Naman Nahata asking, would it be funny if I like really put this, for example, if I show my own live stream here? Let me see. Yeah, it does look funny, but like then you can see what kind of comments are coming up. So please give, alright, so Manju Sharma is asking, I have to submit original or photocopies or documents to UniAssist. So you have to most of the times submit, what is it? Original or photocopies. Manju, you never ever submit originals to any kind of university, to any kind of institution, because they do not really have this policy of sending documents back to you. So always attested photocopies of whatever documents they're asking. So Rahul Mutreja is asking, if I do my masters in German language, would it restrict my job prospects to German speaking nations only? No, Rahul, that is a misguided thought system. That is not true. If you're doing your masters in German, you still have the opportunity to work in any kind of other country which is English speaking, because you have done your bachelor's in English. So that is, oh, are you guys seeing this? We are actually turning it into some kind of like photo into photo part, or maybe it's just happening once. Let's see how far it goes. Yes, it's going farther. Well, hopefully not so far, otherwise it might crash. Do a video on Q&A about process control instrumentation engineering. Varun, this is now a really niche thing, so like I don't think many people would be interested about it, and I don't think it really would make a lot of like sense to make a video especially about this thing. No. Alright, so masters in metallurgy. Again, Yash, if you have a question, you can definitely formulate it as a question, not as a statement. Right. So, I think with this, I am going to stop the live session here today. Yeah, it's a closed loop. Yes, it's going nuts. So, with this, I'm going to close the live session. I really wanted to, spread awareness about my course, because I don't think many of you knew about it already. For the next 12 hours, so you can ask permission from your parents if you have to, if you already have your own bank account and you would like to purchase the course. For the next 12 hours, the course has 40% off. So you would just be paying, I think, 6,000 or 7,000 rupees for the course, and you will be getting all of that information, and you will be getting the part where we are. Swapnil Yunpur is asking, guys, just see the YouTube silver button back of Bharat. Even YouTube is facilitating and taking consideration. Oh man, you are too kind. You know, sometimes you get these students or you get these customers who are like extremely kind, and like Swapnil is definitely one of them. I'm really happy that he's actually in the course too. So anybody, like I said, who is interested, who want to come and take a part in the course, and actually, you get supervised every 2 weeks with whatever questions you have personally. And yeah, that is pretty much my proposition for you to tell, or like to get you enrolled in this course. And also, of course, it supports the channel, supports me in general. Alright, so I wanted to close this session, but Satyagi Chatterjee put a super chat now. And the thing is, like why I'm responding to super chats, because I know people get annoyed. Like these super chats, they support the channel. Like, of course, like how else do I earn money, or like I support myself or pay my bills, So anybody who does that, I really appreciate that. Satyagi Chatterjee is asking, how much time does TU Darmstadt take to declare results on the application? It's been 1.5 months. They received my docs for winter semester 2019. So from what I have known from TU Darmstadt is, most of the times it can go up to 2 to 3 months. So like 8 weeks to 12 weeks is the general time period they take to roll out admits, or to roll out the results of whatever kind of state your application process has, right? So yeah, Satyaki, that was it. Thanks a lot for joining in, everybody, for the live session. It was really nice to get in touch with you again and tell exactly what kind of strategies you need to use to apply to German universities. Wanted to make a detailed video about it, and wanted to introduce my course to you guys. So anybody who is interested, rather than just throwing out your money out of the window and like giving it to some consultant, you can actually use this course, do these things on your own, which is going to help you in the longer run. And any kind of doubts you have, like I said, we have the Facebook group, we have the private Facebook group, we have the general Facebook group, so you can just come and you can also ask your questions there. Yep, that's it. Thanks a lot for your audience, and I'll see you in the next live session. Bye bye.